Hey folks, JP here with Good Talk HQ. Today we're diving into a fresh batch of Nintendo Switch games, and the best part, every one of them is on sale right now for under $5. From action-packed indies to hidden gems that you might have missed, I've got your back. Let's try to stretch that $5 as far as we can and see if we can find you some new favorites. Alright, let's dive in. Mechstermination Force is from the makers of Gungeon Clive, and this one is all about gigantic boss fights. You take on massive mechs in a 2D run-and-gun platformer where every encounter is kind of like a puzzle. You'll have to climb, shoot, and dodge your way across screen-filling enemies with multiple phases. Now it supports local co-op and runs great on the Switch. A full playthrough is about 4 to 6 hours, but there is good replay value, and it is a pretty challenging game. If all that sounds good, you can pick it up for just $1.99. The deal ends on the 3rd. Steamworld Dig is a highly polished 2D Metroidvania where you dig deeper into a mysterious underground world. You play as Rusty, a steambot looking to restore an old mining town. The game is incredibly addictive thanks to its exploration loop and the gradual upgrades that they kind of trickle to you. Now it runs great on the Switch and takes about 5 to 6 hours to wrap up. Part 2 is also on sale as well as a few other games in the series, but right now you can pick up Part 1 for just $1.99. The deal ends on the 19th. Wavetale is a narrative-driven adventure game with great movement mechanics where you skate across water with the help of a shadowy companion. The game is set in a submerged world. You'll explore, fight, and uncover an emotional story. The vibe is incredibly chill with light platforming and stylish visuals. It runs well on the Switch, with a few minor frame dips here and there in the open areas, all of which has been alleviated with the Switch 2. You can expect about 4 to 5 hours, and this would be a great addition to your library on both consoles. Right now, again, it's just $1.99, and the deal ends on the 19th. In Disc Room, you're trapped in a mysterious alien facility filled with nothing but deadly spinning discs. Now, every room is a brutal test of reflexes and survival, with unique patterns and mechanics that you'll have to learn. It's a hardcore dodge 'em up with lots of bite-sized challenges and secrets, and the game should take about 3 to 4 hours to wrap up if you can survive. Now it runs great on the Switch, and you can pick it up for just $2.99. The deal ends on the 19th. Blossom Tales: The Sleeping King is a charming Zelda-style action-adventure game where you play as Lily, a brave knight in training. The game is framed as a bedtime story complete with charming narration and lighthearted humor. You can expect classic dungeons, puzzles, and boss fights across a roughly 10 to 12 hour runtime. Now it works great here on the Switch, and right now you can pick it up for just $3.74. The deal ends on the 3rd. Oceanhorn: Monster of Uncharted Seas is another top-down Zelda-like. This time it feels more like a bite-sized Wind Waker experience. You'll explore islands, solve puzzles, and fight monsters in a charming world with a full orchestral soundtrack. Now it's not a groundbreaking game, but it is a solid, relaxing alternative to a bigger Zelda title, and again it takes about 10 to 12 hours to wrap up and runs great on the Switch. Now just like with the last Zelda-like game, Blossom Tales, it's also on sale for $3.74, and the deal ends on the 3rd. Speedrunners is a frantic multiplayer racer where you outrun your opponents in looping platform arenas. Now it's all about momentum, grappling hooks, and using power-ups to sabotage your friends, and online it is absolutely chaotic. Now the game is best enjoyed if you do have some multiplayer action going on, but you can play by yourself as well. Overall, it runs great on the Switch, and it's just a blast to play with friends. Right now you can pick it up for just $3.74, and the deal ends again on the 3rd. Kao the Kangaroo is a modern reboot of an early 2000s platformer that features bright, cartoony levels and punchy combat. Kao uses elemental gloves to beat enemies and solve puzzles across vibrant 3D worlds. It's family friendly, and while it's not the deepest platformer, it's definitely a solid nostalgic trip, and it runs well on the Switch, offering about 6 to 8 hours of gameplay. Right now you can pick it up for just $3.97, and the deal ends on the 17th. The Enter and Exit the Gungeon bundle is back on sale. With Enter the Gungeon, it's a bullet hell roguelike with hundreds of weapons and wild dodge rolling gunplay. And with Exit the Gungeon, it flips to a vertical arcade shooter. Now both are fast, chaotic, and hilariously over the top. You can expect tons of content and unlocks, and they both run great on the Switch. Combined, you're getting at least 10 to 15 hours with great replay value and a little bit of multiplayer action. Right now the bundle is just $3.99 and the deal ends on the 19th. Children of Morta is a story-driven action RPG about a family of heroes defending their world from a corruption. Now each family member plays a bit different from the others, from sword fighters to mages. There's co-op, roguelike elements, and a surprisingly emotional narrative. The game features beautiful pixel art graphics, rock-solid performance, and offers at least 10 to 12 hours of gameplay with, again, good replay value. Right now you can pick it up for just $4.37, and the deal ends on the 18th. One Piece Pirate Warriors 3 Deluxe Edition is an over-the-top brawler set within the One Piece universe. You control dozens of characters and mow down waves of enemies while replaying key moments from the anime. It's great fan service, and it does include all of the DLC. Performance is pretty decent on the Switch, but it does dip when you get a ton of enemies on screen, and it should offer about 30 hours of gameplay. Right now you can pick it up for just $4.79. The deal ends on the 23rd. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen is a cult classic action RPG with deep combat, huge monsters, and a unique pawn system for building a party. You create your own character and then set off on an epic adventure with dynamic day-night cycles and tons of secrets that you can find. This is an absolutely massive game at 40 plus hours, and it runs surprisingly well on the Switch. Right now you can pick it up for just $4.99. The deal ends on the 26th. Streets of Rogue is a chaotic top-down roguelite where you play as everything from a ninja to a gorilla or a hacker. You'll have to solve objectives, and the levels let you do this however you want, whether that's with stealth or combat or just straight up anarchy. Think of it like Deus Ex meets The Binding of Isaac with infinite replayability and solid performance here on the Switch, great for quick sessions. Right now it's just $4.99 and the deal ends on the 3rd. Alright everyone, here are some other deals to check out while you are already on the eShop. Alright everyone, that wraps up the video. Thank you as always for hanging out. Hopefully we helped you find something cool to play to pass the time, and I'll see you on the next one.